Brie, I really like your new perfume.
Thanks. It's called Porta Potty La Fleur.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Can I try it?
Yeah, it's right behind you.
Oh. Just spritz a little on.
So I heard you're a woman of many talents, Tori.
I absolutely am. Not
One of them using a porta potty.
No, one of them is taking bio class, and one of them's this class, and that's 2 different talents I have. Yep.
So what does bio class have to do with porta potties?
It has to do with porta potties because I did an interview about my bio field trip.
That's nice. And where'd you go?
GlaxoSmithKline, not porta potties.
Let's go check out a little bit more of her interview to tell us more about, what was it?
GlaxoSmithKline.
GlaxoSmithKline and what she did there.
Yeah.
What is it called?
GlaxoSmithKline.
What?
GlaxoSmithKline. GSK. You should have just said GSK.
I should have, because I said GlaxoSmithKline.
Hi everyone, I'm John Maxey, and today I'm joined by Tori Purcell. She's going to tell us a little bit about a special field trip she went on. How are you doing?
I'm good, John. How are you?
All right, so where did you go?
We went to the GlaxoSmithKline Center in King of Prussia.
Now, who went?
It was the AP Chemistry class and the AP Bio class.
Okay. And what is GSK? That's what they call it, right?
Yeah, GSK is shorter for GlaxoSmithKline. It is a pharmaceutical company, and it generates and tests medicines.
Okay. Do you know any type of medicines that they've created there or are going to?
I know they'll shortly be releasing a new medicine for severe asthma.
All right. Is it usually along that lines, or do they range in the...
I know there's another one for type 2 diabetes coming out too, so it really varies. I know a lot of it's usually focused on diseases rather than sort of headaches or anything like that.
Are they a private company, or are they contracted by the government in any way?
They're a private company.
Okay. All right. Now, what did you guys do exactly when you were there?
When we got there, we signed in, sat down, and were spoken to by one of the workers there. And then from there, we actually split up into smaller groups. So basically, the AP Bio class and the AP Chemistry class were split up. And we actually did different things. My group went down to the animal testing area because they do actually test on animals.
Okay.
And they were sort of teaching us about that. And we went and saw the mice, the rats, and then they also test on beagles. So we learned a bit about that. We talked to some people interning there from Temple University, some graduate students, I believe they were. And they spoke a little bit about what they were doing and taught us about some interesting things.
Did you see any other parts of the facilities where they actually make the medicines?
We went into a chemistry lab area where they test some things. Other than that, not too much. We spoke to one of the guys there, and he taught us some stuff. And we did some of our own scientific experiments with pennies and things like that. But that was about it.
Okay. I know I went to the NAHS factory 3-4 years ago, and you actually got to walk around and see the conveyor belts and stuff, and they gave you chips off the conveyor belt. They give you like a sample pill off the belt?
I feel like that'd be unsafe. However, they did give us drawstring backpacks that say GSK, so not quite medicine, but...
Okay. All right. Now, what was the general feel of being in a place like that? When you think of it, you get this general picture in your head. What was it like actually being in there?
It was honestly probably how you would imagine it. When you come in, we were all joking that you don't leave. It's very confusing, the twists and turns, and it's pretty secretive. We were talking to some of the employees there, and they've never seen the animal testing area, some of them.
Oh, wow.
So some of them don't even know there's animals in the building they're working in.
Oh.
So it's pretty interesting that there's sort of these different layers of a company, and they really let us know some of them.
That's great. Now, why did you guys go? What was the purpose of this trip?
It was sort of to show us the different fields of scientific study that we could go into, whether it be, bio or chemistry or a mixture of the two, that there's different options other than, bio teacher, chemistry teacher. Like there's other things you can go into medicine and not become a doctor. And I think that was a really great lesson to have for us.
Okay. Now, did you feel like this trip altered your possible career path in any way, your academic career path, or your academic path?
I think it definitely opened up some more options for me. I was definitely thinking about majoring in bio, and this sort of shows me that there's more options than I originally thought there were. When people say they want to go into something, usually they don't really know what that means, and they don't have it narrowed down. But when you're going into bio or chemistry or anything like that, there's just so many options. There's so many sub-levels that you can get into, and it's really amazing. Like, you can take your love for animals and take it into GlaxoSmithKline and regulate how they're treating their animals, and that's just a awesome idea to have. Like, I don't have to be a vet. I can go into these pharmaceutical companies and still work with animals.
So people working at GSK aren't just chemists or biologists, they're actual like veterinarians.
Oh,
sometimes.
absolutely,
It's
right.
A whole bunch of different careers in there.
There's so many different people in there. There's just an amazing sort of diversity in their levels of education and what they studied. Like, not everyone was a bio major.
Okay. Did they say anything, or did you see anything that really stuck out to you? And you're just like, I'm gonna remember that.
We were talking to a couple of the women there that were sort of teaching us, and they're relatively like a minority in working in a pharmaceutical company, medicine, bio. Not many women are a part of it, and it really opened my eyes into that you don't have to let what other people say dictate what you want to do.
Do you feel like this is a rising field for women to get involved in?
Absolutely. I think that there's definitely been an increase in the number of women in the field.
That's great. Now, you said you were going with your AP Bio class. What were you guys doing anything previously to prepare for this trip, or was it just
It was
to throw in
actually,
there?
we haven't been on this field trip in the past 10 years. Our school
okay.
actually, it's been a recurring event at GlaxoSmithKline, but we actually hadn't gone in about 10 years, and they reached out to us again this year. I'm pretty sure to the chemistry class, but we were invited to come along because we're also science and bio and everything like that. So not too much anything getting ready for the trip, but we were definitely told about it and excited to go.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, what would you say to anyone about thinking about visiting GSK? Do you think they should?
Absolutely. I think it really opens up your eyes to the many aspects of science.
All right. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Just that I had a great time, and that you guys should definitely, if you're in AP Bio or Chemistry next year and you guys are thinking about going on the trip, you definitely should.
All right. Thank you, Tori.
You're welcome, John.
I'm John Maxey, and I just talked to Victoria Purcell about her trip to GSK with her AP Bio class. Sounded like it was a lot of fun and very educational. Now back to the Eagle's Eye.